glad you're here to listen to wonderful program coming to you. And please don't forget to subscribe or give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.
Well, thank you for joining our program again. Now we have Joshua Matundura, who is a mortgage specialist with Team USA Mortgage. Welcome, Joshua.
Thank you very much, Dr. Omandhi.
Yeah, your sound seems to be down a little bit.
Let me see what's going on. Technology is technology.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, that's okay now.
Yes.
So yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, we are having a very interesting topic. We want to talk about how creating wealth. First of all, about the first and second generation of immigrants. Yes. Immigrants face many obstacles when they come to this country. People come, struggle a lot before they could be able to make it. And they end up by meeting so many challenges. The first generation don't have much luxury to create wealth. But it looks even the second generation. I mean, the first generation are people who come here, and then they have children who are either born here or they come here when they are young. Those are we call second generation.
Yeah.
Who may not have many obstacles like the first generation. And we are wondering, is it a generational curse? What would you have to say, Joshua, about that? Isn't that a trend we are seeing?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I would like to request that we want to have like an interactive conversation. It's not you per se interviewing me, but I'm going to be interviewing you too.
That's okay.
We want to have a conversation where everybody is involved and we can be able to help our people and shed some light and let them know what's going on as far as financial literacy is concerned in this country. So one thing I've realized is that even in this country, there's nowhere you are being taught about creating wealth. You know, I mean, if you go all through the school system in Africa, where we come from, and in America, you know, there are no classes that are going to train you and show you how you can be able to save up money and create wealth, you know, that you can use down the line when you retire or when you get old. So it's something that we really have a prerogative as people who got access and information, more especially on the financial line, to educate our people. So for sure, people don't know, people don't have ideas on how they can create wealth, and that's why we really want to help them out and show them how they can use it.
Maybe we are talking about creating wealth, and it might appear a foreign phenomenon. What simply can you say? What do you understand by creating wealth? What does it mean, creating wealth?
So creating wealth basically is trying to how much will you have put away? How much money do you have? What's your net worth at the end of the day?
How much? If somebody has a salary, for example, earning 100,000 a year, is that wealth?
No, that's not wealth. Wealth is you have, that's just a paycheck, you know. And this money actually you can be earning over, you know, $100,000 a year, but at the end of the day you don't have money in your bank account. So to me, creating wealth is when you have assets, you know, put aside that you can be able to access wherever you want, you know. You're not living from paycheck to paycheck, because you can be earning $100,000, but you basically living paycheck to paycheck. Like you just have to wait for the next paycheck for you to have access of money that you may want to use.
Okay, there is a graph there I would like you to look at. Somebody put the 6 levels of financial freedom, and I think that's what we are talking about. Level
Mhm.
1 is where you are financial solvency.
Mhm.
Debt and the living expenses equal your income. If your income can only it goes to your debt and your living expense, then you
Mhm.
are a financial insolvency.
Yeah.
Financial stability is where living expenses is equal to your income plus emergency fund you have put somewhere for a rainy day.
Yes.
Level 3, debt freedom. Free of debt, excluding mortgage, plus start investing.
Mhm.
Level 4 is financial security. Investment cash flow is equal survival expenses.
Mhm.
Then financial independence is whereby you have times 25 annual expenses saved
Mhm.
or investment cash flow is equal your living costs. And the level 6 is financial abundance where your investment cash flow is greater than anything you want. Uh, Does that explain what you were trying to say?
Exactly. By the way, I mean, like you just stipulated, there are levels of financial freedom that you need to have for you to say that you are financial free.
Mm,
Because if you're living in a situation where your income that you're getting from your job just
mhm.
pays your bills, then I think you need to do something about it. You need to sit down and think on what you need to do.
So basically, as we saw on that graph, the first generation immigrant when they come here, they are trying to survive to get a job. They have difficulties even in language. They don't get a job which pays well to pay their bills,
Yeah.
and they may not have that ability to to generate wealth.
Yeah.
But why then the second generation they try, they have their kids go to school, they start ahead without so many obstacles like the first one. Why are the second generation not creating wealth?
Like I said, it's because these things are not being taught in school. And what I've been trying to agitate is, you know, parents need, all parents need to talk to their kids. They need to educate their kids about financial literacy,
Mm-hmm,
because they not gonna be able to know what is supposed to be done. So, if us parents don't know what is going on, or how can we be able to help our kids be financially stable and have
mm,
financial freedom, they not gonna know about this. So that's why we are trying to see, and that's why we need to educate our people about this, because as the first generation that came from Africa, we have a lot of dependence. Like, you have to send money back home, you have a lot of bills to pay here in America. So, literally speaking, I mean, it becomes very hard for you to even save some money. But now our kids are going to be able to, they actually need to take that opportunity, because they're not going to have the financial burden that we already have, the first generation. Because now, the parents are here and the kids can be able to save more money than we can do, because they don't have a lot of liabilities and dependency. But
mm-hmm,
for some reason, these people need education, they need exposure, and they need to be shown how to be able to create wealth, so that they can be free and
mm.
save a lot of money, and be financially stable, so to
Okay.
say.
Now, according to the New York Times, it states that white people own 86% of wealth and they make up 60% of the population. White wealth is diversified among real estate, equities, and other assets, whereas non-white wealth is mostly on pensions and real estate. What is your take on that?
Yep. That's a very good survey there. That's a very good data. You know, one thing people don't know is this, you know, 30, 40 years coming from now, the pension, the 401k that people have been saving on is not going to be able to help them. Two, $3 million 50 years from now, it's not going to be able to see you through your old age. You need to get a way of investing. You know, you need to have a different source of investment where you can save up money for your retirement. And the white people, they already have a head start on this. They already got trained. They already got this information. They already got this secret of saving. See, the thing is, real estate is the best way and the easiest way to be able to save money. You know, just to say, because if you see, you know, the 86% of the white people who actually we've talked about or we've seen about is, you know, they've actually invested in real estate. Because it's very easy for you to be able to fast and quickly save money and get equity by buying real estate. If you buy a property today, within 2, 3 years, the property is gonna raise. I mean, it's gonna appreciate 20, 30%. If you buy a $600,000 property today, in the next 2, 3 years, it's gonna be around $800,000. You've made 20,000 so easy that even if you started saving today, you're not going to be able to make it in the next 2, 3 years. So real estate investment is pretty much one of the easiest way that you can easily create wealth,
Okay.
and be financially stable, so to say.
Okay. Among that's a graph there. The share of U.S. wealth held by race, as I said, you can see above 80%. That's 86% is held by white people. Then blacks and Hispanics, they are almost three. I think 3.8%.
Yeah.
The Hispanics 3.8 and 3.1%, which is very low.
Yes.
That's a big difference among the most of the people are immigrants. Actually, they fall on that level.
Absolutely.
And how can they invest in real estate? And yet, even the statistics is staggering of home ownership among races in the U.S. If you can see there, whites are above 77%. Other races are there. Asians and Native Americans follow number 3. American Indian and Alaskan. Hispanics lower, and the blacks register the lowest in home ownership race. How are they going to do that? And yet you can see that where immigrants fall, they fall on the blacks and Hispanics. They don't seem to have that much.
Yeah, what I can say about this is, honestly, I mean, everybody knows that there've been systemic injustices in the system.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you see, like, white people have been having a head start in pretty much home ownership and the wealth creation. So, but the good news is, right now, actually, our government is really trying very much to see that everything is on the same level playing field. You know, I mean, there are so many incentives that have been thrown out there to the minorities,
Mm-hmm.
and now, I mean, it's actually easy. I mean, to buy a house as a person of color or people of color. So what I can encourage people is, it's easy now. You see, people have been so much discouraged to the fact that it has been so hard. You know, the process, all the bureaucracies have been really, you know, stopping and hindering people from buying. You know, and that's why you're seeing a lot of people of color have not been able to invest in real estate, and you know,
So
we. which actually is where the wealth, where you can easily create wealth, as compared to other forms of investments.
Yeah,
So
actually, that reminds me that do you know that in the 1930s, the
yes,
government instituted what we call redlining and ratio covenants.
exactly.
That places were marked, they were redlined, where
Yep,
mortgages, lenders could not give mortgages because of high risk.
absolutely.
And even some houses, as we are talking even now in Minnesota, on their title, they have what we call a ratio covenant. That
Mhm.
there is a ratio covenant which says that this house can never be sold to a person of color. And they are right here in Minnesota.
Yep, just imagine of that.
Yeah, but then like most of the counties now, they are really working out to remove that. That you there are still houses marked that, although there are rules now that you cannot discriminate someone from buying a home.
Yeah, you cannot redline, and that's why I'm saying
Mm,
all the bureaucracies have been breaking down.
removed.
I mean, we are seeing a future where everybody is gonna be judged by who he is, not by his color. And now it's high time that our people need to take advantage of these openings and the breaking down of these bureaucracies and racism that have been embedded in the constitution and all the rules for buying houses, and move forward and buy, because nobody's now going to judge you. I mean, all lenders can do loans wherever it is, because before, some lenders could not even do loans, in specific areas, because they think that those areas people may not be able to even pay for the mortgage. But now, I mean, the government has really put a lot of restrictions and rules.
But you see, and I want you to answer this as a mortgage specialist. You work in the mortgage industry.
Yes,
Uh, the government can remove rules from books,
yes.
but removing those rules from people's mind is hard. What are some of the challenges still the people of color have when they are trying to obtain a mortgage? What are some of the challenges?
So basically, you know, uh, what I can say, according to that question is, despite the fact that you can, these people already got, they got this racism embedded in their mind. Does not, they are not able to openly act on them. The rules that have been set
Mm.
are really, really straightforward, and they're not gonna be able to overturn them, because
But in the system navigating, like when the loan goes to underwriting, do you see there is a higher rate, a chance of a person of color's loan to be denied?
yes, I mean, it's not really necessarily denying the loan,
Mm,
but there comes up a lot of questions. If you're a person of color and you're trying to buy a $1 million house,
mm,
definitely there are going to be a lot of conditions popping up. They want to know, where you're working, how long have you been working over there. They want to see, when they look through your bank statement, they want to see, where have you been making all this money from. Who are
mm.
you? Are you educated? Are you running a business? If you're running a business, they want to see what kind of business you're running and how much you're making. Like, they try to scrutinize more, just
Then they
because
will do the
that's
other.
and that's the reality that we are having. I mean, as compared to, if it was a white person, I mean, I'm telling you, I can easily close a white person's house within 30 days, less than 30 days, than when it comes to a
Yeah,
person of color. And that's something that we know it's there, and we're trying to fight. We're not gonna give up, but we know it's gonna be off within time.
but what can you advise people now that they know that their loans when they are going to apply are going to be scrutinized? What can you advise them to do so to avoid all of these scrutiny?
Yes, I mean, what I can say is this, we as people of color have to work 2 times than the other people. That's a reality in the ground, I mean, you want to have to get your up together. You have to make sure you file your taxes. You have to make sure that you keep your job consistently. You have to make sure that you have your down payment money ready for buying before you can be able to buy, so that we don't want to have a lot of questions coming up when we submit the loan to the lender, because any little mistake, any little bit of a slacking on your documents raises a question just because of who you are. But if you got everything set up together and right, be ready for a purchase, I'm sure as much as they may want to fight you, they're not gonna be able to win, because there are rules that are set down, and you can be able to
So you are trying to say that the before the person can apply for a mortgage, he needs to put the acts together. The incomes is well documented. The bank statement reflects well.
exactly.
Not just showing up with a lot of money, a lot of cash in your account. So then they would think maybe you are doing illegal business. That's where you got your money.
That's true, and you see that one raises a quick question right there, and it's gonna be a question for another day. It's gonna be a discussion for another day. Yeah, we're not organized for that one, but just a quick touch on it is that when they look at your bank statement, they want to make sure that there's consistency. If you're working at a job, it's a consistent job, and they can be able to see whatever you are making. You don't want to throw in money in there from anywhere, because they're gonna have to ask. Like, you have to document that money that you've thrown in there. So you need to be, everything needs to be consistent. Whatever is getting into your account, whatever is getting out, needs to be consistent, so that they can be able to determine that you have a real job, and you're working, and the money you're having is your money and not from anywhere else.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about a little bit. I know we don't have a lot of time, but there's some few information I wanted to advise our people out here. Uh, right now, according to the market that we're having right now, it's a really not a very good time, because the interest rates have been raising up high. But actually today, do you know that we had a relief on the interest rates? The interest rates dropped today.
Oh.
Really. Yeah, so I mean, I'm actually trying to prospect that we're gonna be having a better interest rate coming. I mean, coming few days, and people should not be worried about that. But a lot of people have been asking me about, is it a good time? Do you need to rent or buy a house? But I just want to touch on this. Right now, the rent, if you are renting, the renting price is the same as putting down for down payment. Renting is pretty much the same as buying right now, because the rent has really gone up.
Okay.
I have the best advice I can give my people out there is that instead of wasting your money trying to rent, is a very good time that you can put down that money and buy a house, and that is a good way to build equity. That's a good way to start saving money as a young person.
That's a very good point you have raised. Why would you pay a rent of $2,000 for a two-bedroom house when you be able to own a home where you're paying 2,000 for a four-bedroom house and you're building equity?
That's true, and this is the literacy that our people need to understand and know. Because
but there is one thing and which I do not understand. People say, "Oh, I'm young, I'm not married, I don't need a house, I don't need that much space." What would you advise such people?
I'm telling you, if you are young, this is the best time that you need to acquire more properties than ever before. Because this, you got time. Like, if you are young right now, you want this fancy apartment, you're paying 2,500 rent every month. Just think about it.
Yeah.
That is a whole mortgage that you're paying. And this money is going away. Think about you trying to get into buying, getting into buying a property. Start saving money right away. Every month that you're paying this money to your mortgage lender, you're saving this money, and this property are gonna increase in prices every year. At
Yeah.
$200,000 today, house today, tomorrow is gonna be 250, and that's money that is saved
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, but then what other ways that people can start generating wealth other than real estate?
For me, what I do is that I invest in e-trading. I buy stocks.
Hmm.
That's a very, very good way of creating wealth too. So like for instance, like right now, let's say you bought a house as a young person, right? And then you now married. Then you rent this house out. So your roommates are paying for your rent. So the money that was supposed to be used for paying your mortgage, you invest it in maybe cryptocurrency, or maybe you buy stocks.
But the stocks also like cryptocurrency now is a crisis and many people shun away and they don't want to do that. And what can you advise them?
Uh, what I can advise people is, first of all, before investing, you need to do research. I don't want to say that cryptocurrency is good or bad. What I can say is this: first of all, before you invest, you need to do research and see. Look out into a company, find out what it stands for, what it's doing. Look at the P&L for that company before you can invest. But I can tell you for sure, investment is good. E-trading is good because instead of putting that money in the bank where you're getting like 0 point something percent interest, you can put it out there and you can be getting 20% annual dividends from that company, and your money is growing, your money is working for you. So if you are a young person right now and you buy shares in the 500 most fortunate companies in America, you will always get returns. I mean, this is America. I mean, they always, it's not gonna crash like that.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
always ways out.
Our time is fast coming. We have only 2 minutes
Yeah.
in the we will continue with this topic, but we have many things that people, if you want to generate wealth, first of all, uh, well, you have to work hard. Definitely, you have to have a good job,
Yeah.
and then you have to build your good credit history,
Mhm.
because some of the ventures will need you to borrow money from the bank to do that. Uh, Start a business, save in stocks, and also invest yourself in personal development. You
Yeah.
know, uh, I wanted to finish with this. An entrepreneurs, where entrepreneurs are rich. Normal people, they will spend their paycheck like that in drinks, clothes, shoes, video games, music concert, eating out, thought of that.
Mhm.
Rate of investment, the return on investment is zero. An
Mhm.
entrepreneur will buy books, read books, buy books for to motivate you, to educate you on some of these things. Take some training courses,
Mhm.
buy stocks. Take even $300 in your paycheck to buy stocks, buy groceries, attend business seminars, register on a gym membership. Why? Your body needs also, you need to invest in your body. You see,
Yep.
the total is the same, but return on investment is infinity.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have, and people think entrepreneurs are people who are doing business. No, it's not. You are an entrepreneur. But if you can have that and invest on your health early in life, because you need to be healthy wise,
Health
uh,
and
reading motivational books, read business books, how to invest, even those as you are saying. And I think that would be something very important for people like immigrants who are late arrivals uh, to start generating wealth.
Yep. I mean, I really totally agree with you about that. People needs to build themselves up. You have to invest some time on you. You have to work on yourself. You need to look at your health. and that's the only way you can be able to grow. You need to get information. I mean, a lot of people don't access this information. That's why they keep on making bad decisions as far as financial independence is concerned. So I actually agree that people need to invest in themselves, and that's one of the way that people can be able to grow up.
Okay. Thank you for your time, and we wish to continue this every week. So we like to keep it that way. Next week, Wednesday, we'll have the same program. Continue.
Yes. Every Wednesday we're gonna be here, guys.
Thank you.